Oh snap, it's another commentary. Guys, what day is it? It has to be some special day. FP only does these types of videos when it's a special day. Well, you're kind of right. Today is the 265th day of the year. And if you don't know what that means, well, doing some simple math, you realize that 365 minus 265 leaves 100. Exactly 100 days are left in the year, which means that I have been posting one video every single day, and we are in the final 100-day stretch. And it is, I feel like I say this every time, an incredibly surreal feeling. Not only that the competition to myself, the contest I pitched to myself, the little challenge I issued, is kind of like getting a lot closer to wrapping up soon, but also it's been wild because we also passed 7,000 subscribers in the past like week, and with the way that the subscribers are going right now, the way the graphs all point up, it looks like we might pass 8K. It sounds weird to say this, but when I set out with this challenge, I thought that I'd only maybe have like at most 100 subscribers at the end of the year, maybe 1,000 if I was like really cracking it. You know, I was just really cracked at making videos or something. But what's really crazy is that there's a very real possibility that I could feasibly get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Not that I'm like sitting here gonna go out and sit on every single video be like, hey guys, make sure you smash like, leave a comment, and big subscribe to get more views and algorithm. I'm trying to buy myself a Mercedes-Benz, and it would be a dream of mine if you could do it. Please help. No, I'm not doing anything like that. But it is surreal that, in spite of everything, despite everything, and you know, some of the lackluster weeks I've had in this year, somewhere along the way, around 7,500 people willingly decided to just click the subscribe button. And I don't even really like do calls to action. I don't even like ask people to like or subscribe or anything. I personally think it's kind of cringe to do that, because I feel like if someone likes your content, that they'll just know to subscribe. Not that I'm gonna shit on people who like say to do that. I do know that there is a very real large part of audiences who just watch things and don't even realize they aren't subscribed or whatever, even if they've watched like every video. Because if you watch someone enough times, you just kind of think, oh yeah, I'm definitely subscribed to them. But the way that YouTube algorithms work, well, YouTube doesn't necessarily just recommend you channels you're subscribed to. So it might be recommending someone's channel so much to you because you watch them so much and you aren't subscribed. And YouTube is trying to subtly make you realize that you aren't, but some people just don't realize. It was really funny when I opened my Discord server for the first time, and a bunch of people joined, and about half of them had said, yeah, I'm not actually subscribed to you. And I was like, oh, okay. How did you find my server then? Well, I watch your videos. And you're not subscribed? Okay. But just because, you know, a bunch of people aren't subscribed, because I'm not, you know, shouting subscribe over and over again, that doesn't mean I'm going to start doing it now. We've jumped that shark. Speaking of sharks we've jumped, the year is coming fast. It is rapidly approaching its end. And it's very bizarre. It's a very weird feeling. I said that earlier, but I'm saying it again because so much has happened in this year. I feel like because of this entire little experiment, challenge, whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of things that I thought I knew about YouTube that I'm realizing I was just straight up wrong about, and things about myself too. I've mentioned this a couple of times recently for some reason, but I've always struggled to like finish projects and finish the things I start. I'm really good at starting new projects, but when it comes to actually like finishing the things that I set out to do, I oftentimes I just get distracted, or I lose focus, or you know, some excuse comes up that I just use to say, oh, the entire project was fucked from the get-go. It was never gonna work. And it was really weird because a lot of the times I would feel kind of negative looking at a bunch of people's content on YouTube, because I would sit there and be like, really? This is what like the most popular content on YouTube is? It does not even that good. I don't know why people are subscribing to it. If I were to make videos, I arrogantly thought, I would have thousands of subscribers and people would love my content. But then on my old channel, I just wouldn't do anything. I would just kind of sit there with the comfort of knowing I never full sent it. You know, I never actually like just said, fuck it, let's give it a genuine attempt. I always had some kind of excuse I could lean back on. I always had something I could just sit there and say, oh, well, you know, the algorithm's keeping me down, or I'm busy right now with school and stuff. Like, I just don't have enough time to do YouTube. Well, let me tell you, once the pandemic happened, that all kind of changed, I guess. Changed shit for everyone. And I realized that I had a lot more time than I actually needed to do things like YouTube. And so I guess I set out to do this little experiment. It is crazy. I don't know exactly how I functioned before doing this because I know that I was way less productive before doing this because I had a lot of trouble, like I said, finishing things I start. But with the fact that I have to constantly finish one video a day, even if the video is a shitpost, even if it's a terrible dog shit video that I'm not proud of, trust me, I have posted probably over 100 videos on this channel that I don't think are that funny, that interesting, and very good. There's probably 100 like filler videos on my channel. This channel definitely is full of slop, don't worry. Or I guess maybe you should worry, because I guess if you're watching this, you're a viewer of mine. Unless this video randomly gets recommended outside the algorithm. I notice that sometimes these videos of me just talking about my experiences this year, for some reason, like, hit different audiences than the ones of me talking about other things. Like, Hell of a Boss, I guess, is an example. But it is what it is. But I know earlier this year when I would try to do stuff, I wouldn't be able to like switch a flip it. Switch? I wouldn't be able to switch a flip. I wouldn't be able to flip a switch in my brain that would kind of be able to put me into work mode. I had a lot of trouble like focusing on actually getting things done. I don't know if I have ADHD or anything like that. I don't really care to check. Or well, I guess I do because a couple of my family members have it. But it's never been something that's like a huge problem for me if I do or don't have it. I just was kind of able to like get through it regardless. I would really procrastinate assignments and then I'd do them right before they're due and I'd always get it done. Always. There was never like a time where I really like, fucked up. Because if a project was super big and massive and needed to get done, I would always like focus on those ones. But when you're kind of your own, I guess, boss in a way, and you're the only one moderating your upload schedule, you're the only one holding yourself accountable, it's kind of hard sometimes to keep that standard for yourself, because oftentimes it's really easy to kind of sit there and be like, oh, well, I was really tired, I got sick, blah, 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 blah. I did get sick a lot this year, funnily enough, but I still managed it. In spite of all the setbacks, in spite of everything this year trying to stop me from uploading a video every day, no matter how bad the video is, I still get it done. And that's been a really eye-opening experience, because it's made me realize I can be a lot more productive than I thought I could. And that I actually can sort of force myself to be productive. Maybe this channel shouldn't be called Forced Positivity, maybe it should be called Forced Productivity, but Forced Positivity sounds funnier, so I'm not going to change it. But it is kind of weird to think that there are so many videos that I've made that I don't even remember like half of them at this point. There are certainly weeks that were harder than others this year so far. And I'm sure there are days that'll be even harder coming up like very soon because like I don't know if you know this, but during the end of the year is when a bunch of YouTubers go into overdrive because that's when the most money can be made because the most advertisers are spending the most money on the most ads. I said the word most like 7 times there, my bad. And I definitely have sort of jumped the shark in regards to a bunch of things and a bunch of projects. I had a certain period of time where I just kept agreeing and saying, I'm going to do this project, I'm going to do this project. And I guess I kind of overcommitted myself to a bunch of different projects all at once, and I realized very quickly what my limits are. I've gotten much better at dictating how long a thing should and shouldn't take me, and it's been pretty eye-opening to realize that I'm a lot slower at some things than I thought I was. I can make gaming videos. Like this commentary video, if I had to guess, it'd probably take me about 3 hours to make in total. Well, after I record everything. I record all the gameplay and I record all the audio and stuff. Editing audio, I am dog shit slow at. I'm so bad at it. It takes me so long to do. And you could probably tell because my audio is always really bad, and I notice that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get a better mic. I'm sorry. But when it comes to, like, coming up with ideas, I come up with hundreds of ideas. I have a piece of paper I'm looking at right now of videos that I need to get done, and then a list next to that that says videos that I want to get done. And the other day I made a video about level design, because a couple of people were saying in a live stream I had done that they'd be more interested in topics like game design stuff, and I don't really believe that. I don't think most people find game design stuff as interesting as like a lot of other things. It's definitely a lot higher of a barrier of entry, and I don't necessarily know the best way to make that stuff engaging, but I just kind of made a video, and that level design video I made took me like 4 hours, 5 hours, and I'm pretty proud of it. I didn't realize how loud it was, though, at one part, but I'm pretty proud of it regardless. And I hope to make a lot more videos like that, videos that I can reflect on in the future and say that I'm proud of. I've kind of developed a habit of making gaming quality. gaming quality, where it's kind of like a bunch of clips and then something that I spent maybe a little bit more time on. And I guess I've kind of developed this cycle because I have to, because I'm posting one video every day. I've had a lot of people tell me that I should slow down, and I definitely will be after this whole thing, but like, there's 100 days left. I've done the hard part. I'd like to finish the challenge I set out for myself. It'd be really awkward. It'd be the most heart-wrenching thing to me if I stopped this challenge and then all those descriptions that were counting down to day 365 or up, depending on how you look at it, it just stopped after one day. And then it just started skipping. Like, if you do something consecutively for so many days, you have to pick like an end date. You have to pick a time where it's like, this is when I finish it. This is when I finish that thing. And I picked that day. That day is December 31st, 2023. Maybe January 1st of next year, because technically I made the first video on this channel on January 1st. Or, well, the first video in this challenge. So, maybe, if anything, January 1st. Maybe I'll do the challenge again, but I'll change the parameters a bit so I figure something out, but I don't know. This entire experience has been incredibly eye-opening for me, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that I upload this video and anyone's even here watching it at all. I never thought that I would get this far, and I really hope that I keep going further. I'm not usually the most social person in the world when it comes to like being interactive on things like Twitter and being super communicative about things, especially like my feelings and stuff. But I am very thankful to any of you guys and girls and gamers, whatever, who show up to this channel and genuinely like the stuff I do. Or even if you don't like it, if you spent time watching a video of mine and you watched it, period. That is crazy to me. It is still so surreal. This was like a dream of mine when I was a little baby kid, so to see it actually kind of materializing in front of me is, well, it's honestly incredible.
Sky Power near the Century. Oh, you got me.